Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is for Technique Tuesday as I am taking part of the National Scrapbook Day block up and also going to be guest designing for them for the next 2 months. So what I'm using today for this post, I'm using the Dreamy Dragonfly stamp set and also the coordinating die, and I'm also going to bring another crafting die, and this is called Stitched Labels. And with that, I'm going to create layout in my little family album. And this album comes with Citrus Twist Kits. And really what it is I'm going to say a traveler's notebook with rings, but in a really classy form. And I love it. So what I'm going to take advantage of the dragonflies to create kind of movement on my page. So you're going to see that I've pulled a few papers, and these papers actually are digital papers. One is from Video Craft, the one that I used to create my tag, and the other one is from Citrus Twist Kit. So all I'm going to do is pick up some of the colors that I have in the papers. I have a bit of coral, pink, and blue. So I'm going to use those to pick the colors of the distress oxides, and I have abandoned coral, worn lipstick, black suit, broken china, and with that I'm going to stamp two of the dragonfly images, one of each. I want to keep the one that has if I don't see if you can see it in the camera properly, but one of them has little like typewriter printing, and I'm going to keep that because I think it actually mirrors the idea of my daughter studying, and the other one has these swirls. And why I'm stamping the two of them is because I'm going to actually cut them with the dies, and I'm going to keep the one that has the typewriter printing kind of with the whole outline, but the one that has the swirls, I'm actually going to cut the detailed I'm going to use the detailed die. I just wanted the same colors in the die and in the full image because I'm gonna actually layer them, and you're gonna see that I actually also cut a few pieces of vellum in the shape of the dragonfly using the die because I know I'm gonna use it. Now, like I said before, I actually use kind of a hybrid print scrapbooking in for this layout, and I went ahead and used one of the papers and I added my lines of journal of Photoshop. And I'm going to actually use this is called stitch labels. I'm going to use the large label to create a pocket for these lines of journal. So you're going to see that I went ahead also out of camera and created a tag with it using one of the circles that comes in the label. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering the papers. And the papers that you see me do, the polka dot is from Citrus Twist Kits, is one of the digital TN papers, and the little plaid paper is also from Video Craft and also a digital paper. And the blue paper that I'm using as a base actually is from an Old Studio Calico kit. So like I said, I'm just gonna kind of layer all the colors together. So since I'm using that coral and polka dot paper on the picture, I'm also gonna use the same colors for the tag. So I'm just kind of layering the tag together. Now I'm ready to start building my layout. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the pocket. Like I said, I use the stitch label die to create this little pocket, and then I'm just going to add a little little bit of glue, and I'm using this is Scotch adhesive, but I have the nozzle of my glue bottle is really small, so I'm able to put the glue just where the stitching of the little die created on the vellum, and I'm going to glue it right onto my page, and I'm going to create a pocket, and I'm going to actually mirror the position of the pocket to that of the picture. Now you're gonna see that I'm gonna start playing with some of the dragonflies, and this was actually pretty fun to do. But I had since I stamped one of each pretty much, I had to play a little bit with where I was gonna locate it. So you're gonna see that I'm start layering some vellum with the dies just to see the look that I want to go. I want something that has movement, that also has look layered, and I took it off camera just to play with the position of everything, and I'm happy with what this looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking a little bit of glue just to like layer them all together, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna add the glue just to the center of the dragonfly. In this case, I just want the center of the body or the thorax to keep together, and I want the wings to be free because I'm gonna actually fold them a little bit just to create a little bit of movement. I want to create the illusion of movement on this layer. So once I have that in place, you're gonna see that I'm actually used a little bit, I don't think you can see it in the camera, but I used glue dots just to glue it onto my layout, and that's pretty much all you're gonna do. You're gonna see right now that I know where everything's gonna go, I'm gonna start gluing my little dragonfly and then bringing the small dragonfly images from the stamp set just to add a few extra ones. Like I said, I wanted to give the illusion of movement, of flying in this case. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna bring some of the dragonflies off the page and just bring them into the scene kind of idea, and just kind of create a trail of them. And I love the fact that there's I'm going to say a gradiating design, so it gives me the idea of movement of dimension. So now for the other side, since again I'm the same thing, but this time I'm actually gonna kind of cluster two of them at the bottom of the picture, and they have one on top, and I'm just adding a few more of the little black images. Now out of camera, I went ahead and created two little labels using the stitch die. I'm using the small labels, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the sentiments from the Dreamy Dragonfly to add my title, and this is Believe in Your Dreams, because I thought it was the perfect sentiment for this layer. And the one that says Today You Can, I'm actually also going to use it to create kind of a little tab to the top of the picture. My idea is, since I have that tag on the left, I want to kind of mimic the same look on the right. So you're going to see that I stamped the sentiment, and I was okay if the you can was outside of the little tab, because like I said, I wanted the today to show. So what I'm doing to add this together is just adding a few glue dots at the back, just to give it a little bit of a lift and attach it to my layout. And I'm just going to add a few little more details. Just some stickers for my stash, a few hearts that match the colors that I have. And then my last thing that I'm gonna add is just, if I have a tag, I have to have a way to pull it out. So I'm gonna add a piece of string just to also bring a little bit of the black that I have going on the other side. And then I'm gonna add my date at the bottom of the picture using my date stamper. And that's about it. This was super simple. It was super fun to put together, by the way, and I hope you try it. Make sure you check the stamps and the dies. There's a promotion going on right now at Technique Tuesday. You gotta take advantage of it, because you can choose your free stamp once you have a purchase. So make sure you check that. Hop onto my blog so you can find the rest of the participants for the blog hub. There's a lot of inspiration happening. And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Technique Tuesday, for inviting me. I'll be back in a couple of weeks to show you a few more projects that I'm creating with the new releases. And I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to give you a hand with anything. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, guys.